Hello everyone, welcome to our Risk Management School. My name is Nicola Alcocer and I'm a member of the Pirani team. I'm excited to be here with you today to explore the theoretical and practical aspect of the different topics that we will see. To help us delve into this session on main risks and information security, we're happy to have with us Ricardo Paredes, IT Manager at Pirani. Hi Ricardo, how are you?
Hi everyone. Hi Nicole. How are you?
Cool. Well, before we begin, I would love to invite you everyone to continue to learn about risk management by visiting the Pirani Academy, where you will find valuable material lessons. I will leave the link in the chat now so you can see our website. There you are. Done. And finally, if you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to make them through the question and answer section. We'll be happy to answer them at the end of this webinar. Now, let's begin with this exciting topic. Over to you, Ricardo.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. Are you listening to me very well? Does it sound good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we started with this. Welcome everyone. My name is Ricardo Paredes. As Nicole says, I am a Chief Technology Officer at Pirani. I am software engineer, and at Pirani, we develop and deliver the software that you can use for this webinar. And now we start with this topic that is very interesting, very popular in those days, and we start with this topic right now. Okay, we're talking in this opportunity about main cyber risks and information security. Sorry. So, are you seeing my presentation still?
No, we see the Pirani. Yeah, now we see that presentation. Yeah.
So I have an issue. So give me a minute, please.
There you are.
Okay. Yes. Ready. So we are talking about main severe cybersecurity threats and trends, right? And cybersecurity is many popular, some words, some terms that I'm sure that you hear in some news and Google and on any website on the internet, right? About malware, phishing, DNS attack, spear phishing, ransomware, the most popular, denial of cyber attack, zero-day exploit, mail in the middle attack, SQL injection, advanced persistent threats. It's only some words that we can hear or we can view in the news or internet sites about security breaching for the organization, right? There is not the only threats that exist in the cyber world. Yeah, there are many others that every day appears new techniques or new technologies for these attackers and those threats our organization, right? But in this opportunity, we are talking about the most popular or the most common threats that we can review or we can found in our organizations, right, in our industry. And I apologize for my English is not very well. That you use can be free to stop and write a question in our chat as Nicole says before, right? So all these issues, these threats, the main purpose or the affectation in our organization is about our data, right? The information, the data is the main asset that all these attacks can affect and can reduce or can inclusive hijacked data is is the main war is the worst scenario that we can that can happen in our organization, right? So about this kind of the attacks, we can talk about the main or the most noise that cause in the web, in the news, right? I'm sure that you are listening about ransomware. Ransomware is one of the worst attacks in cybercrime that organization can suffer, right? Ransomware is very painful for organizations. About it is impact, right? If anyone hasn't listened about ransomware is a type of malicious software, malware that prevents from you accessing your computer files, system, or networks. As we said, the data is hijacked, but by the attacker. How is hijacked my data in an organization? If I have my computer or my laptop right here in my office or in my home, how is this happen? How it is possible that a third person, a stranger, can hijack my data? It's about the malware. It's about the software. This software dangerous on my software that can execute an encryption operation in over all of our hard disks or pen drives or any kind of storage that you can have in your laptop or in your office, in your computer, is encrypted by by this malware. Once this data is encrypted, you cannot access to this computer anymore, because you need a password, a complex password to release your data again and to work normally as every day. But you don't have this password. This password only is possessed by the attacker, right? This hacker or this criminal organization that's dedicated to these attacks in organizations. So this is a terrible scenario that all my data in my laptop is hijacked by this criminal, this cyber criminal, right? This not only happened with laptops of personal devices. This can happen with servers information, servers for my application in my company, data centers, right? Cell phones, smartphones, any device with system when operating system that can be attacked by this kind of malware, right? Ransomware is very terrible. You can look in internet ransomware and news on Google, and you can find very news about many corporations, public and private organization companies that have already attacked by this for this kind of software, right? For example, Mayor Florida Hospital had ransomware attack. This is a couple months ago, February, March, in this year, right? Governmental organizations can be attacked. Private organizations can be attacked with this kind of software, right? The impact of this attack is high for organization, right? Imagine this scenario. You are working about I don't know, a proposal for your new customer in your office, and at the end of the day, you write full of documents and another stuff about their new customer, and at the end of the day, you are attacked by ransomware, and all your information in your laptop is locked, right? It's hijacked. you have no possibilities to read, to copy, to extract the information that you spend all day your work for this new customer, because this laptop is hijacked practically by this attack, right? So the impact of this scenario is so terrible, right? Ransomware is investigated currently by the authorities in any country, about digital authorities or authorities that in your country. For example, in USA, the FBI is ransomware is a complete topic for cybercrime investigation, right? So because the impact in the economy of these companies is so large about this topic, right? What are the countries are the preferred target for these attackers? Obviously, the countries with most companies works with technology and technology information, right? USA, UK, Canada, Germany, Italy, right? All the countries are affected by this issue, but obviously for the impact, for the economy of the money that these attackers can obtain of this, USA and UK are the most is in the most preferred target for these attacks, right? But any country and any in the world can suffer this kind of attack, right? This information is public. You can find many reports on internet, on websites, also about cybersecurity specialists, about any of about the status of this report, right? What is the companies? What is the industries that these attackers prefer? So business services, retail, manufacturing, financial, right? Education. In the example that I show you in the previous slide, right? Healthcare, hospitals, right? Transportation, government. Any of these industries can be targeted by these attackers. Why is the main purpose of this attacker with locking hijacked data about on one laptop or one server, is to get a kind of extortion about with the victim, right? Because you can pay normally with cryptocurrency, normally with no control, no governmental control for this payment, to get the password to release your data, right? So the attackers wants to make money, right? With this situation about the companies. So this is a complex situation, right? For example, it's not the same. Is not the same scenario that the information that that manage a CEO of a company or a general manager of a company that versus the information that manage I don't know, a junior analyst in the company, right? It's different kind of the information critical for the company. Well, so if the CEO or CFO of a company is hijacked the data information about the ransomware attack, so the information is so important that our organization try to pay to these guys for to recover or regain the access of your data, because I don't know, a critical information, a critical contract, a critical contact about their cost, the customers of this company is is the risk of losing data is even worse for the company, right? So, how to avoid ransomware is the common practices that you can find for or prevent in many sites that we are that recommend normal practices to avoid or to minimize this probability that this happen in your organization, right? Keep your operating systems, software, and applications up to date, right? This is the main feature or the main practice that a organization must be executing in your devices, in your resource information resources, right? Up to date all the software, all the operating system, all the system that the organization manage, right? And make sure that antivirus and anti-malware solutions are set automatically, update and run regular scans. Antivirus and anti-malware is so necessary in all the devices. It's not even care that the laptop is managed by a senior software engineer. A malware can attract it in the same way for a senior technology user or for a junior new employee in organization, right? Because this the topics in the topics and in the scenarios that a laptop or a computer can be infected by this malware is so many. For example, uh, uh, I like to present this example in many webinars because this is a common topic right now. This is a common scenario. The pandemic situation in the planet, right? This forced to some or many employees to work from their homes, from not in the office, right? And home office way. In this scenario, the company lose control about the network, about the devices connected to the network. Organization lose control about the possible risks in this scenario, right? What happened in this topic? I don't know. I am an employee that has a home office for my work. And what happened? In my house lives my son, a teenager that they have in your computer so many games or many applications that download every day. And my teenager son, it's connected in the same network that I work for. I use it for work. So it's probably in this scenario that we can get a share folder from my son or anyone in the house that we can get in my work laptop, right? This scenario is very difficult to control. Not many people have security features in your homes, right? It's so difficult. It's not common for all the most the people. So if you don't have your antivirus anti-malware solution up to date, it's very possible to you be affected in not only in your home in the mall when you connect your laptop in some free Wi-Fi in any public place. But this is a many scenarios that we can infect it with kind of malware, right? Backup data regularly and double check and those backups were complete. As we'd say that first, if a chief officer in your company manage critical information about customers, about process, about money, about anything in your organization, this information must be regularity backup it. Backup about you must to make a backup regular about this data. what happens if you, for any reason, has a ransomware attack, but you have daily backups, for example. I have not to pay to this attacker for release my information. I simply format on my laptop, format my computer, restore my functionality, and recover my backup data, and my business continue to work, right? Because I have a good practice there to make a daily backup about critical information, right? Is a simple way to avoid this attack. So secure your backups. This is another tab. I don't know if you work with those external hard drives. It's very common that we can support or backup my data in external hard drive or in the cloud, or any cloud service. But if you don't secure this backup, because you are in another problem, right? So if we are made backups daily or weekly or monthly, we need to secure these backups too, right? We need to ensure that you're at the not access unauthorized for this backup, and this backup is not capable to lose, right? Is another common practice, right? Create a continuity plan in case your business organization is the victim of ransomware attack, right? Most of the practice looking for to avoid the ransomware attack, but if you are already attacked by this ransomware, you need to continue to plan. You need an action plan. What happened? What must I do if already attacked? My computer is attacked, is hijacked, is encrypted. I have no access. Right? Your organization must be a defined plan for these cases, and to know how to react in these situations, because the most important thing in this situation is control, is prevent the attack continue with another resources in your company, and you must to stop the affectation, and you must to stop the possible infect another resource in your organization, right? This is the main object. When I have already a attack for ransomware, for example, many organizations, many countries, can you offer practices or tasks or of the famous to-dos that you must execute when the attack is successful in your organization, right? Check the network, shut down the affected devices, download network sharing in your organization, right? It's possible that remediate encryption is very complex to work in encryption of ransomware attacked device, because as I already said, it's a complex password. It's very complex to recover this device, and the most scenario for some victims is the need to pay to attacker to release the information. This is a special scenario, right? Prevent futures attack about this issue, and the most important, report to authorities, right? This, as I said before, there are many authorities in governments in any country that we can help us about these issues, and that we can report, or these authorities can try to catch up with these attackers, right? So to report to authorities is not only a question about the process and try to complete an accomplishment about it. Report authorities is helpful for another companies, our companies, prevent these attacks in the future, right? So report authorities is very important. Is a very important thing in these scenarios, right? And there are many other cyber threats in the internet, in the technology world. It's very similar. It's not hijacked data, but right. But phishing, with phishing, you lose your data. You unintentionally deliver critical information about you, about your personal information, about the critical information of your organization to a third person, to a strange. In this case, phishing is another word, another term that you can hear a lot in the internet. Yeah, right. In your mails, you can receive, for example, in your personal mails, you can receive many of these messages for with I don't know, with text about your life, your operation, your relationship with some companies, and invited you to open links, to open files, to complete the information for any process. But with this size and this page or of these links are fake from your legitimate source, right? They can pretend to be your bank page, or your I don't know, your office or your or any organization page. Well, the supplantation of these sites is very common, right? Many people not have the practice to verify that the site that I accessing is legitimate, right? It's not a common practice to be safe about the site that I am access currently, and it's most probably that you can make the input of your name, email, password on a fake site, right? Phishing has catastrophic effects on an organization, as I would say: direct financial losses, damage to reputation, loss of customer, loss of organization value, right? Because the information is so important in these days that the information is the main asset, is the most valuable asset for many organizations. If in the case that information loses or a strange attacker get access to this information, is very catastrophic for our organization, right? Imagine this scenario: you have I don't know, a file with your most important customers in this year, with the billing and the revenue that you gain of these customers. Now, I don't know, for example, a report that a manager, a report for an employee. This file is very, very sensitive, with very sensitive information. Our customers, contact about our customers, emails, phone numbers, and additional financial data about these customers. Imagine this resource: a file, I don't know, an email, and a table in the database. I don't know if this asset can be materialized in any way, and you lose. Result that I receive an email that from site from my general manager of my company. What? My general manager? I don't know. it must be true. I don't know with the general manager of my company, but we don't check, for example, the domain of the address of my manager, for example, is most commonly that these attackers create very similar domains in internet to confuse the victims, right? For example, I don't know if my company has that Pirani.co. I don't know. I have an idea why, as attacker, I create a domain that Pirani with double E.co and register that domain and create all the resources about a domain with similar words. And we create, I don't know, an email address with any coworker for mine, right? John Smith at Pirani.co. And with this mail, I request to another coworker some critical information. If I don't have controls, enough, I don't have be careful with this kind of stuff. Some employee of your company can respond. Yeah, right. They reply the email with the file with a list of customers and financial information about these customers. And this information now is in hands of this attacker. It's a phishing scenario, right? It's very complex to get it attacked in organization. Probably the organization has services that the email services prevent most of these kind of attacks with spam techniques and in nowadays with artificial intelligence techniques about to recognize these possible phishing attacks. Right, this happened in business mail platforms, but maybe one of employees receive in your personal mail an email from this attacker, and probably in your personal mail you don't have full controls about these techniques. Oh, I receive an email in my personal mail, a mail from my boss. And my boss is John Smith that Pirani.com. Pirani. I don't check the domain. I don't check the correct address, but I receive in my personal mail. In the subject is, I don't know, urgent. Please hurry. I need this information. I have in a meeting. Please respond as soon as possible. This is the common social engineering techniques that many attackers use to promote in the people this reaction, right? Oh no, my boss needs me urgent with this topic, and I don't know. I send you the information and reply immediately with this information. Catastrophic scenario, right? Because I lose this information, my customers with financial data, and an attacker can, I don't know, can publish this information, can contact our customers and make a fraud with this information. This scenario is very dangerous, right? So not only with the message, right? The attachment, the content, hyperlinks, right? All in this message is very dangerous for in this kind of attack or phishing, right? Ransomware can be found in attachment for a phishing mail. It's as simple as that, right? I create a domain similar. I send you a mail for any employee. For example, a junior employee in an organization, for example, a domain, I don't know, welcome welcome to our company, blah, 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 and open this GIF for a new employee. Wow. If my new employee don't have clear the onboarding process, the don't be sure about the onboarding process. Maybe for this employee, this is normal, a regular mail, normal, and open the touch, right? Yeah, and this in this scenario, a malware can be introduces in your organization network, right? So this is a common phrase. An organization is only as secure as the people in it, right? Remind the people, the human being is the weakest link in the organization security, always, right? No matter that we have the best software, the best mail service providers, the best laptops, the best operating systems, the best systems of scanning, you may invest in all this technology and this kind of techniques about it. No matter if you have people in your organization, you have a risk associated with that, right? The people, the human being, always are the weakest link in the cybersecurity strategy for organization, right? So, if the people is the weakest link, we need to prevent to get a successful risk management in our company. This is the word, management, right? We need to manage. We need to we need to control. We need to define policies and controls and activities and all these topics that combine and we can help to control the weakest link. That not only the resources. So how to make good management about these cyber risks, right? As we say, I am software engineer. I'm not an expert in risk management. You have not to be a risk management expert to start to manage risks in your organization. You can learn not only with Pirani. Pirani offers you many resources and many documents, many multimedia material to you, so you can learn to risk management. But with the tool, with the software, in a very simple way, you can get started to manage the risk management and control the cyber threats in your organization. Yeah, right. You can get maturity, you can get seniority about the risk management with the time, with training and on or online learning. But the most useful feature that Pirani can offers to you is that can you get not have to wait to learn a lot of theory or a lot of terms and methodologies to get started to understand on these topics and get into action about this, but about this process, right? In this opportunity, I like to try you to get learn about the common activity that we can start to get a good management about cyber risks, right? This is about 3 topics, very simple, not complex to you, right? Recognize and identify information assets. This is the first one, right? About these information assets, define and create controls to protect these information assets, right? And as I did before, action plans, right? We need to action plans to execute in all these the scenarios that can present in organization with the cyber threats. This is not only the features to get a very secure information in our company. As we said, you can learn a lot of theory, a lot of complete methodologies about this, but you can get this expertise or this knowledge with the time. But the main advantage with Pirani is that you do not need to get a expert in risk management to get started with that, right? So in this opportunity, we're gonna start with information assets, control, and action plans. This is the main activities that we need to get started with this, right? So we want to interact with Pirani. Nicole, I don't know if you share the link that the participants can download and create a trial account, right?
Yeah, we almost done with the theoretical part, and with this link you can go to the practical part with Pirani. Let me just 1 minute, please. You can share your screen. Why? There you are. There you go.
Yeah.
So with this link, you have a 15-day trial with Pirani, full picture. You don't need to pass a credit card, anything, just a name and an address, maybe an email, and that's it.
Okay. As Nicole says, to create a Pirani account is very easy. You can do it in any moment. You only need an email address and provide some information, and you can get started with a tool to get managed about we are talking about, right? Why we need a tool about this, right? Because the organization must be accomplish a methodology in a formal way, right? And I don't know. I come back with some examples in real life. If we are in a startup company, I don't know. If I initiate a startup company with 3 people, three co-workers, probably the size of my company is too small in at the time, and we don't need very formal process about I don't know the financial about another stuff, because we are starting with company, right? But what happened with the company when it grows, grow up, and not only in number of employees, right? Our organization can grow up in revenue and in process and manage assets, right? This is a topic that we are talking about in this opportunity. When you access a Pirani in your models in the menu, you can find ISMS, Information Security Risk Management model, right? In this model, we can get started with the most easy activity in the risk management process about this. This is about the information assets. What are the information assets in my company, right? As I said before, you don't know to be an expert in risk management or official in this area, but the only thing that you need to get started with this is the knowledge about your company, right? If you know about your company, your process, your data, your tools. This is the only thing that you need to get started with these topics. What are the information assets? I said this before. A file with a list with our customers. Another information asset is probably the database on the we stored our providers. I don't know if we any providers for my company, external providers, right? Suppliers. Another information, for example, I don't know, the billing about sorry a minute, I have a battery issue, right? A billing information, accountability information, and the billing of your customers, of your products. All these resources are information assets, right? And some of one of these assets are more critical, are more important than others. But you can create these assets and assign this information, these attributes in a very simple way, right? So in my application, we have some examples for some resources that I speak, right? For example, supplier database, private employee information, private customer information, the server data, physical information. It's remind the information assets. It's not only about the digital and technological information, right? If you print, I don't know, if you print an email address with I don't know, a important contract or an update on a contract, this is an information asset, right? And you must protect and prevent attacks or prevent the threat, or prevent the threats are successful on this resource, right? If you in your company need to print on paper, I don't know, contracts about terms and conditions, about I don't know, reports about any process of your company. This is an information resource too. This is an information asset of your company, right? So in the tool, we can list the register of these assets, and we can create very easily another asset that you can identify in your organization, right? And we are talking about some examples. I don't know. I am a pizza delivery company, for example, right? So we in my pizza delivery company, we store the customer addresses, the customer contact phone, the customer's email, and I don't know, and the customer favorite pizza, or the last the last request for some customer. I don't know, for example. So I can identify that the information of customers that we save in, I don't know, for example, if my pizza delivery company is very small, maybe it's an Excel file, or maybe I have a system with a database, right, in my company or in my office or in my restaurant, for example, right? For example, in this case, I don't know, pizza customers information, some simple information asset, right? But this is very important to me, right? Because this is my customers. I need this information to deliver. I don't know, promotions, about promotional codes, about I don't know, some benefits, about another stuff. So for my company, the piece of customer information is very critical. I need this information. I need to protect, right? So as I say, with address, with phone contacts, etc. Right? We are talking about the confidentiality. This is the attributes that we can assign to this asset information, right? The attributes that we can assign to this kind of information is about confidentiality, integrity, availability, and overall rating. And overall rating is a classification of these three topics, right? Confidentiality. What is the level of confidentiality of this information, pizza customers information? I can say this is high. Only employees of my pizza restaurant have to access to this information, customer information. Or I don't know, only manager or only a few people of my company, right? And we can say it's high. The confidentiality, this information is high. I don't know. For example, if my pizza customers list get access for another business, another pizza store, another pizza store can send you emails about, I don't know, fake information about our business or offer better prices. I don't know, right? Imagine that the criticisms of this information, right? For this example, I can say that confidentiality is high, right? Integrity is very important too, because I don't know if you have a customer in this information, but I don't know, the mail address or their phone contact are fake or have an error and you cannot contact for this customer for any way. So the information is lose their value, right? So the integrity of the information is important to me. I can say high, right? Because with this information, I don't know, with the delivery system, we need to contact for any reason. The phone number is must be the correct, right? I don't know. This is the scenario. Availability. This information, I need to access this information probably daily. I don't know, or probably the weekends with the most activity in my restaurant, for example, right? But the availability of this information is critical for me. Probably, I say maybe, for example, you can consider that this is high, this is very important, or this is not so much about the availability of this information, right? When you can set all these attributes, you can set an overall rating about the importance of the criticisms of this asset information. In this case, with confidentiality high and integrity high and availability medium, the overall qualification for the resource is high. Yeah, right. For my company, the pizza customers information is very important, right? You can set another attributes about what is the type of aspects: hardware, software, people, services, information, intangible, and another kind. For example, I know this is information. You can write some description if you need it. You can attach any evidence about this. As we say, if I don't know if this information is an Excel table, is a system database, or maybe is a paper list printed with my list of client customers, you can attach the evidence about this. With this, we are doing some interesting in this topic. We are make management. We are make good management. We are make auditable management about this process, right? We show to the CEO, to the general manager of this company, that you are making good management about the resources, right? This is the main the main purpose of this topic, right? I need location, because your restaurant probably have many location about this topic, and you can create the register. You can create the data, right? About what our pizza customers information, right? So with this practice, you have the fully knowledge about your business. You probably know another information assets that you need to operate, you need to work in your company. If this information only lives in your head, it's probably that, I don't know, I can forget it and I can lose it, right? You know the famous scenario about the Coca-Cola recipe, right? I'm sure that you hear a lot of stories about it. There are only two people in the world knows the Coca-Cola recipe exactly. That this is an industrial secret with $1 million valuation, right? And you probably know that some controls or some restriction that in this scenario that does people have here, right? For example, those people cannot travel together in the same plane at the same time, right? I don't know. It's some crazy in industrial world, but is the real scenario for some industries. Many industries have industrial secrets, recipes for many scopes, and you can have, I don't know, a patent algorithm or a patent process to produce some kind of product. This information is really critical and sensitive for your company, for the success of your company, and the continuity for your company, right? So if you can identify, register all the resource, all the threats that can affect this information asset, you must be registered. You must apply good administration about this asset. This is what that we provide with Pirani for the organizations, that you not only manage this critical information on your head or in a file in your Excel table. No, this is the information asset, and the threats and the controls and the action plans needs to be to get good management about this, right? So in this example, it's not an industrial secret. Pizza customers probably is not the most valuable information asset of my company. If you lose your pizza customers, probably you get a affectation for a couple of weeks or a month, but eventually you repopulate your customers' information again, right? It's not a critical scenario for your company. But I don't know if your pizza company produce the flag pizza of your company is a secret recipe that only two people, only one people in your company knows, and these people suffers an accident and I don't know, or quits or some simple leaves the organization, probably you can get a serious affectation, right? Is our flag pizza is the house specialty, and you lose this information. In this case, for me, if this is a real issue, right? So I don't have many time. Sorry, Nicole. We can get 5 minutes more.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no problem. I try to close this topic that is
Go ahead.
very important. I say you there are many features and many topics in the tool that you can learn with the time, right? But in this opportunity, only want to do you learn to get these topics: identify and register information assets, right? All the information assets that you can have. The other resource that we can start to work is about the controls, right? We identify a information asset, my list of customers, for example, in my pizza business, right? What are the controls or activities that we can execute to prevent damage or prevent scenarios to, for example, to lose this fight? For example, the most common or the most popular is, hey, I need to make a backup of this information, probably daily, right? This is the most common or the most simple way to start to protect this stem, right? First, right, backup customer information. So this control has already has a group of attributes to define what successful this control is, right? For example, what kind of control type I am writing? It's corrective, it's detective, it's preventive. In this case, a backup always is preventive, right? Because backup is one of the ways of prevent many scenarios of loose information, right? Type execution, manual, combined, automatic. The most preferred in backup is automatic. I would say I prefer that. If I don't know, if you register new customers daily, you must be to make a daily backup, right? So the most successful is automatic. If you make manual, no, I don't know, you can forget it at the end of the day, or I don't know today, I make it tomorrow. Is menos successful, this control. If this control is automatic, always is better, right? Is this control executed repeatedly? Right. Yeah, this is a backup continually, repeatedly, daily, weekly. It's documented. It's very important. If the backup is successful, maybe a log file with the backup executed is always a successful practice, right? Is there any evidence? If you are an employee that you have the responsibility to make a backup. If your boss to ask you, hey, Richard, do you make a backup about our customer information today? I must to show you the evidence, right? To my boss. Maybe a screenshot, maybe a log file, maybe I don't know, showing the system of backups, right? Is probably the best control is that is where when I have evidence of this action. As reassigned control owners, in this scenario, probably it's automatic because probably not. The backup, for example, is a script, automatic script, is not in this case, right? An execution, right? Execution is another attribute about this control, right? It's more about this historic information about this, but we're not to feel this information right now, because you are create a control about an asset, right? In its case, about the customer assets. So I need to select a control category. This is technological control, for example, right? And we can I need the execution variables. Remind, for example, in this case, have events been present about loose information about this data? Pues probably not. We register not in this case. Is the control design effective? Backup is always a design effective for these controls. So, right? Is the evidence effective? Right. If my boss requires precise information about this task, the evidence must be shown real and descriptive information, right? We can write yes about this topic. The tool shows you if you need any required files. Look at this topic too. And when you qualify this attribute, this in this case a backup system with all these attributes, the system show you that the control is what is the quality of the control. In this case, backup is always a good and efficient control, right? In this case, for example, it's a 95% of effectiveness, right? And you can create the control, but you need to relate it. You need to associate with this control with the information asset that we identify, right? So you can come back again to backup customer information, right? You can edit again all the attributes, modify and or make any correction. But the important thing is you to need to associate with the information asset that we control apply to, right? In this case, for example, is our our pizza customer information, right? So with say changes, right? And so our if we view again our control of our backup customer information, we can show you that is associated with this asset information, right? In this example, I wrote the backup customer information. My control could be general backup, general information backup, and this may apply for many assets because you need to make a backup not only with customer information. You need to make a backup with supplies information, about your employees information, about your taxes information, all the information that you can identify is possible to associate with this control, right? With make a backup information. Make a backup is always a transversal, a common control that can affect that can associate with many information assets, right? So we can start with no friction, with no previous knowledge about create assets, information assets, and associate with controls that protect these assets, right? Remind the prevent controls are always the best, but when you start to get right controls, it's preferred to start with prevention control, right? I don't know if Nicole, we are a lot over time. I don't know if
We have
any questions.
Yeah. Do you hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a few questions. First, James asks, what we can do about social engineering?
Okay. Social engineering is very common of those days. I said before, right? The weakest link in all this secure information strategy is the human being, is the people, is the people in the organization. And social engineering, it's about it. It's attack to the people, to the knowledge of the people, to the activities of the people. I don't know if I want to Nicole, if for any reasons. I know that Nicole enjoys with pets. They have kitties or dogs, for example. Yeah, right. This is a technique for social engineering. I can send you a Nicole a fake email address about, I don't know, about a foundation to protect animals and kitties and dogs, because I know that Nicole likes to do these topics, these themes, right? And it's very probably that Nicole opened this link because they are very, she's a very interested on these issues, right? So this is social engineering, to take knowledge about the people, to take advantage to the weakness, right? If Nicole is a manager in Pirani, for example, and I want to get information about Pirani, critical information, this is a way in that we can start to attack this company about the Nicole the Nicole love for pets and animals, right? So social engineering is a very complex technique about all this stuff, right? How can I prevent? With controls, with when I say all the people, for example, in my organization, hey, coworkers and other employees, please do not open strange emails or on your work laptop or emails from for an organization that you don't know exactly, right? Because you are very dangerous with this topic. Not open links, not download attachment files, because a social engineering attack always are looking for the people weakness for attack our organizations, right? It's very simple. With garbage looking for, I don't know if attacker going to the building of my boss, and on the garbage they look, I don't know, some boxes and some garbage about, I don't know, bike refactions, bike parts of bikes, for example. I don't know. The attacker can infer that this person likes to ride a bike and get out to travel in a bike, and in this moment the attacker has a specific knowledge about my boss, for example, right? In for this knowledge, this can be as a attack can be started, right? For a community, for a promotion about bikes, for any theme about this. In any time, my boss receives any emails about this. Someone in any case, any particular, catch your attention and click this one, and attack has started with us with that. It's very complex, but we have only policies and controls to prevent.
I heard once that if an email is too good to be true, be careful with that.
Right.
A subject, and even don't even click it.
You can verify always what is the from the designers from email address. Check the domain. For example, if your bank notifies something to you, it's not from another mail, right? It's my bank. I don't know. It's Citibank, for example. The mail from I don't know, citibankcorporation.com. I don't know. For example, the attackers always want to pretend to be a real organization for this topic. If you don't know how to prevent, how to review, how to check if the mail address is correct, is not a fake, you are in a serious risk.
Ricardo, we have 2 more questions, so we can make it faster. Rose says, how often should we train our employees about cyber attacks?
This is a very good question, because not all the companies are the same, right? For example, in our small example about pizza delivery business, probably the process are so few. Is make pizza, deliver pizza, make pizza, deliver pizza, and I don't know, buy new stuff about the pizza. The process are not so many, right? So the onboarding of our employees, our new processes, is not commonly that this changes every time. But what happened in a large company with many processes and many departments and many and so many employees that you don't know. For example, in a small business, you know every person in the business, and you know every topic about it. But in large company, that doesn't happen the same the same scenario. So in large companies or complex companies, probably we need to execute more frequently, more I don't know what to say, more activities or more action plans to refresh the knowledge of the employees about process, about risks, about tax, about how to execute some tax in the business, because the business is too large or change more times in a period that you need to do that. So it's not a correct answer. You have the knowledge about the complex and the size of your company, and you have to decide about what we need to ensure that the knowledge of people about the risk management and the process of controls or policies about it.
Thanks, Ricardo. And we have the last question is William asking about, with Pirani, I can see the report of the information assets.
Right. I don't show you in the first time, right? Because when you start Pirani to record information assets, risks, control, action plans, all the stuff around the information assets, remind the risk management always it's about the risk, the probability that the risk happen, and what is the impact, right? What is the effect of this risk execution in my organization, right? So in the section of reports of Pirani, you can find all the risks that you record or you register, organized by system of module. In this case, we are talking about ISMS, right? Information Security Model System. So I can filter by this, and we can find in a heat map that show me the likelihood and the impact of these records, and we can show we can get in the graphic mode the risks that you are managing, and what are they located in the heat map. Remind the most dangerous risks that those are that have a likelihood very high. For example, certain an example. For example, robbery, I don't know, in the street, if you have a pizza delivery system, it's probably that you delivery boy in the motorbike can suffer any robbery or any accident. These days is many probably. So if you have a risk that is likely or certain likelihood it happens, you have the combination, right? The likelihood and the impact. What is the impact in my pizza delivery system? For example, for a $20 pizza, probably my company gets a payback or refund the $20, right? For example, probably the impact is not too much, is moderate or minor in this example, right? But in another example, if not a pizza delivery, I don't know, it's a digital component suite delivery for Apple companies, for example. I don't know if my delivery system lose a digital component, probably the likelihood of this thing happen probably is remote, is unlikely. But if it happens, if I lose a digital component, a digital secret, a industry recipe, probably the impact must be critical. So in answer to that, you can view in the report view all the records that you register in the application, in how it impacts and how it show you in your organization in risk management mode. In risk management mode, this is the common way, a heat map to show you how your organization is managing your risks.
Yeah, Ricardo, thank you so much for your valuable participation in this webinar. Finally, I would love to invite everyone to participate in a short survey that will appear when this meeting ends. That will help us to continue improving our webinars. So thank you so much for your participation and see you soon.